And then the next one, there's more speak up evaluations.
Do you talk?
I rated myself 2 in all of them.
Really? Wow. You're tough on yourself. Or honest. That's good. I sometimes get distracted and then I don't listen, okay? I get distracted and make bad choices. I also sometimes make good choices.
And this is the last part of it, and this is another speak up evaluation. And yeah, and this one I rated myself 2 again. So
¿Nos puedes decir en qué te pusiste un 2?
Porque
What's the target first? Because I cannot see it from.
I follow all norms throughout all school activities. And this one says, I respond to redirections, reminders immediately and respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
This one says, I don't always follow all norm every time. Oh no, I forgot the S. And then this one is habla su verdad, which is the second one in the speaker. And it says, I ask for help when I need it. I resolve conflicts peacefully by considering all perspectives. I raise my hand instead of shouting out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honest about my words, actions, and mistakes.
Mm-hmm. And so you ask for help all the time when you need it. Sometimes you resolve conflicts peacefully. Sometimes you raise your hand. And then, yes, you're honest about your words, actions.
Okay, this one is escritura. And it has all my writing stuff. Mm-hmm. And this one is my, I forget what it's called. My
book review?
No. This is my book review is this one.
Oh. Wow. Pero eso es para organizar tu book review, right? To find the reasons.
This is my rubric. And you were asking what a rubric is, and a rubric is like it revises your work. Mm-hmm. Like if you I rate myself. This one is I can hook my reader with an introduction that has voice and a big idea. Mm-hmm. I tried, but I could do better. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have time to make it better. And then this one is, I can give 2 or more reasons. I stretch out my reasons with linking words. I did that because I gave 2 or more reasons. And I can end with a powerful conclusion that has voice and big idea. Mm-hmm. I tried that, but I could do better. Mm. And this one is, I can organize my writing using spaces between sections and transition words, first, next, and finally. I tried that, but I could do better. This one is a 4. I can use my best spelling, capital letters, and punctuation.
And you gave yourself, and I did this.
Before I did that, then I erased it because the next day so before when we started the rubric, I did this, but then the next day I fixed that and then I put this.
Oh, I did this in a clear and interesting way. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then this one is...
Oh, I heard about this book.
And it's the drinking, or the one that I showed you.
This is the book that you told me about. That you chose to write your book review on. Yeah.
And I told you some of the book review.
Yeah, it sounded like an amazing book. You gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Wow. You don't have to read it, but tell me what are the reasons why you thought it was 4 out of 5.
Wait. This from here is like from this line up is all the introduction, and then from this book that's the period, so that's the end of the sentence, and from this. I think from here all the way across, but this is the end of the sentence. That's all the reasons.
Give me one example of why you thought it was so good. Just give me one example. You can read it or tell me.
Let me find the reason.
I'm curious what you thought. What do you remember about it?
Well, I remember that it's a true story that happened, but I didn't write that here, did I? I think I didn't. And I wrote that
it's a good history book.
History book. And I wrote that in this book. I wrote because we had to learn about we retell the story, but not with the same words in the book. And I wrote, in this book, the slaves wanted to escape slavery, and some people helped them. But I didn't say all the people who helped them.
And who were they? Just regular people, or were they police officers? Or
regular people? The marshal, and the U.S. Marshal and his soldiers tried to find them. So
where did they go? Where did the slaves escape to?
Canada.
Oh, why did they go to Canada?
Because they wanted to escape slavery.
Wasn't there slavery in Canada? No? Not at the time?
I don't think so. And it said that 75,000 slaves escaped slavery. By the end of slavery, 75,000 of them escaped.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
And
was it dangerous for the regular people to help them escape?
Yes, because if they catch that the regular people are helping, I think they'll put them put them in jail or something.
So they were risking their lives to help the slaves.
And they hid them in the hay, in their wagon, because the hay was hollow. So and then there's a little hole that you could go in, and then the marshal wanted to check the wagon to see if they're in there, and they're looking for those specific slaves. The four slaves. So
was it a family?
Vinny was the mom, and Jeff was the dad, and then little Jeff was Jeff Jr. He's the little boy. Then he has a baby sister that's really small, and her name is Baby Pearl.
Yeah. Wow.
And then they had to escape, and they're looking for those ones.
How frightening! That would be so scary.
And this is my math. Oh, and I wrote that because I was gonna write another lines.
Oh.
But then the time ended.
Nice handwriting.
Matemáticas and math. And this is my assessment. And it said here is solve mentally, and it says 72 plus 8. These are all my answers that I put.
Wow.
And then find the solution and model how you found your answer. And this one I put 87 plus 56 is 143, and then this is what I did. I did vertical both ways.
Oh, the vertical method. Wow.
So I did I did 38, 68, 71, and 12. 38, 68, 71, and 12. And I did 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 1 is 17. Plus 2 is 19. So I put 9, and I put a 1 right there. Kind of see it. And then it's 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. And then 16 plus 1 is 17. Plus another 1 is 18. So I put an 8. And then I carried the 1 if we don't know where it is here. And then I put it right there.
That's great, because I was about to ask you to show Mom all the strategies that we've been using. We have a specific page there.
Okay.
It's there. It's in your binder. Yeah. It's after your assessment problem.
Wow.
Here? Oh, here. This one is...
What is this?
Estrategias matemáticas, and then this is in English.
Okay.
And this one is the arrow way, is flechas. And the arrow way is if you do 325, and then you put an arrow here, and if it's minus, you'd put minus, but you split it up to so if you're adding 234, you split it up to 100, 100, 10, 10, and 10, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. That would be 234. And then you put it on the arrow. you put minus, and then you put like 100. Then you put, and then 325. And this is
subtraction.
The rest stop for arrow way. Like, see, look, this is what it looks like.
So you start with 752, and you minus 234. So what's on the arrow is you look at 234 and decide what to put on the arrow?
So it goes 752. This is what I do, like, when it's like 230. See, it's like minus 4. You can't do 2 minus 4. I do like this. I do, if it ends at 552, now we have to do, ends at 432. This one, 522. I don't do minus 4. I do minus 2. And then I do it because then it's easier than 520. It's easier to subtract. Then you do minus another 2, and that's 518. That's the answer.
Wow.
Biko, if you have to pick one of all the strategies that we've been using, which one it will be?
Vertical.
Why?
Because it's like, for me, it's like really easy and it goes really fast. Like some of the other strategies, like chips is kind of fast. Like discs is kind of fast, but it's not that fast. But it's easy. Like, it's really, when you do it, it's like, it's not fast, but it's like really easy to understand. For me, like, it doesn't, like this one, you might not understand it when you start reading it. Like, you might not understand why you have a 1 here. So, but this one, I can understand it like really easy.
Which one? The discs?
Discs.
Yeah, that's the reason we started with discs, actually, and then we passed to vertical, right? Because now you know why that one is up there. Because you have 6 more minutes to show us your reading strategies. That those are very important too, and we want to know about those.
That was very interesting.
So, lectura.
Wow.
So this is mine, and yours. I pick like the ones that I use when I read, but like
these are all the reading strategies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna pick like separate it, but I didn't because that's on this side. So I picked this one and this one because I do that when I read the book. And if I don't understand the words in Spanish, then I do look at the pictures. Or if it's reread, like, does it look right, does it sound right, and does it make sense? That's what I do that in writing too. When I write something, I say like, and I don't know how to spell it, I say like, does that look like the word?
That's a good way to do it. I think grown-ups do that as well.
And then I used to use magic finger, but now I don't really use it that much.
Magic finger? What's that?
Like, you point, like, if you have the book, you go like this at the words. Like that. If you say this the book and you go like this, and you go like what, like that. So you like, and then this is the other side. This in Spanish.
It's the same thing in Spanish.
Okay.
Something that you want to share about your reading in 2nd grade?
Reading in Spanish or in English? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Something that you like? Something new that you learn?
I like when we read in the independent time. We just read a book, and you don't, and like when we're just reading the book at like the table or on carpet.
Yeah, why is that?
Because I like, cause like after we do a lesson, when I know what we have to do, I like to just read the book.
Yeah.
Because then I can just read it.
Yeah. Did you tell Miss Natty what we did yesterday on her suggestion to get our Spanish better?
We watched a video in Spanish.
Yeah.
A whole video?
Like 3 videos.
A show he really likes. I said you said it was a great way to learn, and so...
Yeah. And it is. It was hard for you, Biko?
Understand it?
Some of it, right?
Some of it.
Yeah, they speak really fast.
I bet, but we do too, and Miko
Yeah.
understands everything.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It
Yeah.
was really good. Yeah.
Miko, let's just give some ideas to mom,
Mm-hmm.
ask questions that she can make,
Oh.
or maybe she has her own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tell me, well, I'm just curious what's your favorite part of class? And I don't mean like Zocalo or PE or anything. What's your favorite thing that you've been
thing they do?
that you've been
Math.
learning? Math, yeah. Yeah. Why do you like math so much?
Cause it's like I like doing math. Like I like assessments are like my favorite thing to do.
Really? Okay. Math assessments. What about
And reading assessments, I like that.
and reading assessments? Oh, okay. What's the biggest thing you learned so far this year?
Like strategies for stuff like reading strategies and
Mm-hmm.
math strategies.
Yeah. And what's been the most difficult thing that you've been learning about this year? The thing that's hard for you to mm-hmm, to understand or to do? Is it writing? I know you told me that writing isn't your favorite thing.
Math is my favorite thing, then writing, then... Actually, no, math, then reading, then writing.
Then writing, yeah. Yeah.
So maybe writing is the hardest thing.
Writing is the hardest thing. It's a hard thing to do for anybody, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And what have you most improved on? What have you gotten really good at that you weren't so good at before?
Reading.
Reading? Oh, okay. Yeah. Is your Spanish reading and your English reading at the same level?
No, my English reading I think is a little better.
Yeah. Okay. What about the norms? Why is that so important, do you think?
Because then if you don't have norms, then the kids just run around the whole classroom and
And Miss Natty has a heart attack. Yeah. Oh, wow.
cool.
Well, you guys are learning so many things and so